Hey, this is June from Turning Point Life Investment, and this is your chart of the week. In this video, we're going to discuss some inverse head and shoulders and also looking at trends and channeling, how a stock can fit very nicely within a channel. So we're going to use the dollar, or at least an ETF for the dollar. It's called UUP. And the only reason why I'm looking at the dollar is because, well, it's been on the news lately, and it's making some pretty decent uptrends. Now, looking at this stock, you can see how this stock has fit very nicely within these moving averages, staying underneath this 50-day moving average, and it's also making lower lows and lower highs, and by definition that's a downtrend. So very nicely, every time it pulls back to these moving averages, it was a great shorting opportunity. But you notice that something's different has been happening within these last several months, or actually beginning of the year, where instead of lower lows and lower highs, we're now making higher highs and higher lows. And also in relations to the moving average, prices were always underneath this 50 moving average, but now it's staying above it and actually using it as support as opposed to resistance. So there's a change in polarity right there. Now the other thing I also want to point out is inverse head and shoulder. It's another way of telling you that the trend is no longer down and starting to go up. So you have a left shoulder, a head, and then a right shoulder, just like a head and shoulder, except you just flip the chart upside down. And always the main thing you always want to look at is the neckline, which is right around here. Once it broke above this neckline, it told us that this stock is ready to move higher. At least this was a pretty good confirmation that this stock, or at least the dollar, is ready to go higher. Now, one of the main things that I always use as far as projection, price projection with head and shoulders, is take the height of this head and shoulder. For example, let's just say 22 is the bottom, and we take it to the neckline, and we're just going to say 23.25. So that's about a height of $1.25. So if you add that $1.25 to this 23.25, that will give you a projection of $24.50, okay, which is somewhere around up here. Now, one good thing about this stock is that it's also fitting very nicely within a channel. So we draw the lower support and then also the upper channel. Well, you know where we had our projection around 24.50? Well, that's somewhere around here, which is basically near the top of this channel by the time that prices do reach up here. So you have a couple of things that are pointing to you that the dollar can probably, or at least UUP can probably hit around 24.50 as a good long-term projection within these next few weeks or within this few months. So certain stocks will provide you with great technical setups, such as this one where it fits nicely in a channel, and also price projections for inverse head and shoulders. So always be a lookout for these, because these provide some great educational examples.